Hi Capricorn, welcome to your October 2023 Astro-Tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, though if you're only going to watch one, I do advise that you make sure it is your ascendant. It's going to be the most accurate for you because these are based on the astrology after all. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to pop these to the side. Those will be for your lunations. The first transit that I want to look at for you. Also, just to say, if you want to get a personal reading, you can do so on the link in the description box below. If you want to get your own personal Astro-Tarot session with me one-to-one via Zoom, you can do that on the link in the description box below. So the first transit, Mars, is going to come into a conjunction with the South Node in the sign of Libra. Libra for you in your chart occupies the 10th house, all right? So here what we see is a great completion or a release in some regard. Now, Mars represents action, energy, passion, desire, the personal willpower. It also represents sharp things, scalpels, needles, scissors. And when I was looking at this transit, right, and the South Node is release, elimination, removal, even self-sacrifice or sacrifice in general, where something is pulled away or released from our lives for good. And it's kind of like, in one of the ways that I see it, it's like the push-off point to go towards whatever the North Node is facing for you. And for you personally, this happening in the sign, you know, Libra's all about relationships and partnerships and collaboration and connection on a one-to-one, you know, and on a contractual kind of level. When I was looking at this, what I saw it as was like, you know, with scissors, what happens? You cut out the piece that you want and then you discard everything else. That's what's happening here with the Mars coming into the South Node conjunction. And what this really feels like to me is it's like whatever is let go of now, it's what needs to be let go of so that you can, and it's just as I'm saying this, look at the time, you missed it. It was 11:11, literally just as I was saying that. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so it was 11:11 while I was saying that. Whatever is released needs to be released so that you can truly move forward. And this is happening in your 10th house of career, social status, right? The release in your career sector, the 10th house, the most public space of your chart. It represents the status that you hold in the world and in your work. This is a release of energy, and this is for you. It might mean that a job is going away or comes to an end. It could be that you make a very big decision about a profession that you hold right now. You could be saying goodbye to an industry that you've been in for maybe like a lifetime or what feels like a lifetime. Mars rules your 11th house of higher goals, aspirations and dreams, and it also rules the 4th house of home, family and property, which means it's also it's also possible here that you're saying goodbye to something or possibly someone from your family. Maybe you're breaking ties with the place that you live in, maybe even a group association that you've been a part of for a long time, like you could be releasing now. Powerful stuff. For this, you've got the Hierophant card with the 4 of Pentacles, okay, and the 6 of Swords. So for a lot of you, I think this is going to start, at least, even if it doesn't happen immediately, it will start the process of you breaking ties with the area that you live in. This is where you will start to say, right, okay, I have lived here for long enough. This place is no longer supportive for me. Now, the Hierophant card with the 4 of Pentacles can actually represent financial institutions. So if there's money that you're looking for or seeking, or maybe you're looking for a pay rise, etc., from the work that you do, it could very well be that some of you say, you know what, it's time for me to move on from where I'm at the moment because the money isn't right, or because the prospects aren't right. Like this, and you know, if you're dealing with a financial institution around anything to do with financing for your work, for your business, for your home, for a mortgage, etc., things will absolutely improve for you, but it probably doesn't sort of start to go right until we get into, at least I would say, around February of 2024. So consider that whatever's set into motion here has a longer shelf life than just this month. On the 9th of October, Venus, the lady of pleasure, leisure, luck, finances, money, worth, esteem, value, and even talents comes into your 9th house. Venus coming into the 9th house is a blessing from God. It will bring some kind of healing because Venus makes things better wherever she goes. This is the house of God in old astrology or ancient astrology. They said this was the house of God. I see this as how you connect to the cosmos or how you speak to the divine through your religion, through your, all of that. And the 9th house is higher education, philosophy, spiritual beliefs and belief systems, the things that really support you in seeking the future that you desire for your life. Now, Venus is a sweetening energy that provides clean, bright, fresh air and energy to whatever she touches. This is your talents for teaching and learning are shining through. Maybe you decide, you know what, I'm ready to teach a course. I'm ready to share my knowledge or my wisdom in some way, shape or form. And, it could also, because Venus is also money and resources, and it's gifts. So you could get a gift from a teacher or a guru at this time. You could find a teacher or a mentor that really speaks to you in some way. And it might be that they take you on and they say, look, I'm not teaching anymore. I don't do this anymore. And they're like, you meet them and they're like, yeah, actually, you know what? I will take you on. You can be my student or my protege in some way. It also suggests that an authority figure could shine on you in some way, shape or form, or maybe give you a gift or a blessing that you don't expect. Even if it's wrapped in sort of not very nice wrapping paper, I think a gift is a gift, especially with this transit. So you've got the Lovers card with the Knight of Wands and the Death card. So there is a big choice to make here when it comes to relationships and partnerships. Interestingly enough, because you've got Virgo in the 9th house, you are sort of looking at where you can be of service to the world, but where you can also really enhance the choices that you're making. The Knight of Wands with the Lovers card, that can be passionate and sexy and vibrant. And because you have the Death card here as well, this could see you kind of saying, you know what, I'm ready to let childish things go in order to become more mature, to have the things that I really desire moving forward. Now, to say that to or about Capricorn energy, you can kind of pick up how kind of serious those cards really are speaking to this transit. Although it is going to be a lot lighter than what we've experienced prior, I do find this very, very interesting. For the 12th, on the 12th of October, Mars is going to come into the sign of Scorpio. Mars, again, action, energy, passion, excitation, war, challenge, uproar, is coming into the 11th house, right? Which is your friendships, your social circles, the communities that you're tied to, the societies and, group associations that you have. This could see you getting really proactive about forging new connections on a larger scale, maybe seeking to join communities or even companies in some way, shape or form that are bigger, or maybe ones that you wouldn't usually. I feel like this will make a lot of you a lot more proactive about the connections that you have, but also chasing ambitions for your future. So it's like whatever and whoever is really going to be able to help you achieve your goals, that's what you're interested in and not much else. As Mars rules the familial space in your chart as well, this could be you deciding to dedicate more time to the home and family and to remove distractions. Remember, Mars is a cutting or a severing as well. So no one does duty and responsibility like you guys, but I feel like that's going to be a new focused level of that. You got the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo with the Sun card. I love this. And the Hanged Man, right? So this is someone that you really connect with on a soul level. This is you potentially connecting with an earth sign person, a fellow earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn or a Virgo, who really just gets you. And more importantly, you get them. This could be somebody that really helps you make sense of something. And I got to be honest, for a select few of you, I think that Mars in the 11th, you might make some decisions that people around you are kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Like, is this Cappy having a breakdown or whatever? And it's not that. It's just you are seeing something from a very enlightened vantage point. And you are not worried, fussed or phased about how it looks to anybody else in any way, shape or form. Get yours, honey. Get yours, okay? On the 24th of October, the moon is coming into a conjunction with Saturn at 0 degrees of Pisces. That for you is in that third house. And those are going to trine the Sun and Mercury in the sign of Scorpio in your 11th house. This third house, 11th house stuff, for me, I did wonder if you're starting to learn something new almost by accident, or like you kind of fall into something, you're like, oh, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to see how it goes. And it's like the third is communications, local connections, and it's also study and learning. The 11th is groups, group associations, higher goals, aspirations, and also the gains that you get from your work or your business. So it's like there's some really powerful communication energy here. And with Mercury ruling your 11th house and your 6th house, it's your third and your 6th house, it took me a minute, it's conjunction with the Sun in your 11th. There's some really powerful communication that gives or improves life in some way. It could be a message that comes like unbidden from somebody. It might even be like either a forgotten or a secret letter of some kind that resurfaces and you're like, whoa, like I can't believe I forgot about this. Saturn, your ruler, is conjunct the moon in the third, which means that communication takes on a much more weighty sort of tone, and there's financial matters that require your attention. Even if you've got other things on your mind, which you absolutely will at this time, this seems to be a very prominent kind of message. I'll be really intrigued to see what it is, because, you know, especially with these cards here, it's like you're meeting somebody who really just gets you to see the light in some way, and then you're connecting here on the 24th of October. It's like there's some communication that just absolutely blows your mind. So you've got the Six of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. That could be re-establishing a connection with a sibling or a friend that you haven't seen in a while or haven't spoken to in a long time. You've got this with the Ace of Pentacles. This 24th transit between your 3rd and the 11th, don't underestimate it. While it might not necessarily have a lot to do with finance necessarily in the chart, the cards are saying there is a very lucrative dimension to this. Stay open, because there is potentially, again, change of location, or new home or location that you could be living. And then on top of that, you could also be getting some kind of, you know, for some of you, this could be new work, new jobs, but it centers around an old connection that you haven't, there's the Capricorn, all right, haven't seen or connected to for some time. I'm kind of excited and a little bit jittery for you guys. I'm a bit like, oh, okay, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Do you want to stay with... If you are from the UK and you are around my age, you know about that tune from the garage raving days. You know. So when we grew up, when I was a teenager, the big thing at the time was garage and speed garage. So it was like basically a lot of R&B songs and stuff that were remixed for, like, we had like garage remixes of everything. Garage was where it was at. Right? I'm probably showing my age just by saying that in that way, but I don't care, man, because it was good times. So for your the full moon, for the new moon solar eclipse on the 14th of October is happening for you in your 10th house of career. This means there is a fresh start, a brand new beginning in your career, and the career for the next 18 months is going to be a big focus for you. The cards, look at this, you've got the gate 14 and luck. I see this as you jumping timeline. That eclipse, yes, over the next 18 months, but I think it will happen in the first 3 months that come after this eclipse. There's going to be you jumping ship from one job to another, and it's like you land like a cat. You're going to, you know, and people might look at you and be like, oh my God, why are you leaving that job for that? And it's like when you get there, you're in it maybe 3-6 months, you get a massive promotion. Like it just, the way that it works or the way that it happens, I think everybody, including you, are going to be surprised about. And then for the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, which for you is happening in your 5th house of pleasure, joy, romance, children. If you don't want any more children, this would be a time to be mindful. It is a full moon, to be fair, so that's usually endings, completions. But that gate 48 in depth means that there is hidden resources, energy, or ideas that are circulating or coming to light at this time. And that full moon for you in the 5th house, this could be where you are maybe releasing a project where you finally feel brave enough to go after something that you know is a little bit of a gamble, but you're going for it still. And this is the last one in the sign of Taurus, right? That's it. We're done with the Taurus Scorpio axis for about 9 years at this point. So whoop-de frickin' do. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If you want to get your personal one-to-one Zoom session for an Astro-Tarot scope just like this, where we look at your chart and your transits and how they're going to affect you, you can do that on the link in the description box below. Outside of that, let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.